What's something that most people don't even know at all that could be poisoning them through their mouth?
So I call them the 3 health killers. And that's the stuff that's usually lurking in your mouth and you don't even know about it. And therefore, I ask these 3 questions. Like you just said, the metals. Then another question would be, do you have any root canals or had a root canal treatment, stand up, remain standing? And the third question would be, did they pull your wisdom teeth or any sort of teeth? Because, and at that point, you already had that, 90% of the audience will stand up, or you listening in, you'll probably stand, oh yeah, they had my wisdom tooth removed. And then I know there's something probably chronically, silently inflammatory that's triggering your body, putting you into silent fight and flight mode. You don't even know about it because it's in your mouth. And it's usually doesn't hurt. And that's a problem.
So then is every single person who's had their wisdom teeth pulled, what percentage of those people will have cavitations?
So I would say, again, an estimation, 80% plus. For all the patients, I see 90% plus. It's really rare that I don't see one with cavitations. I can explain to you why that is. It's actually quite simple. So a cavitation is the layman's term for a chronic silent jawbone inflammation. It's actually medically would be called FDOJ, fatty degenerative osteonecrotic jawbone.
Say that 10 times fast.
FDOJ, exactly.
Wow.
And how does this happen? It's basically a construction site that never stops. So you had your wisdom teeth pulled in the teenage years. So did I. Did my dentist prepare me overall for surgery? No. I was just informed, tomorrow you go to the surgeon and they'll take out your wisdom teeth. My parents probably signed the consent for local anesthesia, antibiotics, and inflammation and inflammatory drugs, and maybe knew that I was going to be swollen and I can't eat and I have a school leave for a week, which was probably the thing that I liked. So that's it. So it came as a shock to my system, and what happened is, and for you probably too, is that the body was not prepared systemically to be in a healing anabolic environment to really heal that trauma. So it's the surgery in itself being a bit too rough, unprepared, maybe even like how I was trained, very fast, so rough surgery, but then especially the host not being prepared for healing. And this is why I estimate if you haven't been optimized before your surgery, it probably didn't heal.
What do you mean by
Simple.
optimized before surgery?
So the way we do it is, before we approach any sort of surgery or dental treatment, we train our patients to change their lifestyle, their nutrition, in order to come in boosted with nutrients. Whole food diet, vitamin D3 needs to be in check. Lots of other micronutrients like vitamins, mineral, etc. We can go into this later. So we optimize it up front. So I know when we do the surgery, your body's actually prepared to heal systemically, because there's solid science behind bone healing, teeth healing, tissue healing that you can apply. Bodybuilders usually know how that works, but dentists don't know, and especially not the patient.
So when somebody, like, let's say, I think I was 13 when I had mine taken out. And by the way, it's funny because it's called wisdom teeth. And I wonder if there's just an over prescription or an over procedure amount that are done. The moment there's teeth crowding, it seems like the wisdom teeth are the first thing that gets taken out. Why is that?
Yeah, I think this is the idea behind it is more preventative. Estimated according to that x-ray you had when you're 13 years old, it looks like you're not going to have the space for the wisdom teeth. You will probably need braces. So we take out these already so your body has more space for the braces later on. They don't even try to heal it because it's just a standard treatment. I don't even think they challenge it. I think it's just, oftentimes it's just standard of care.
But what else would be the intelligent approach besides looking at an x-ray earlier in life, seeing the wisdom teeth are going to cause crowding? What else could be done?
No, I would, so if you're like 8 to 9 years old, you should see an orthodontist if you already have a narrow face and you maybe had not breastfed and eating the wrong diet. So then you see, there's spacing issue. But if you start then, while your body is growing, to change your lifestyle and apply like these appliances that work with, let's say, strengthening or stretching and movements in your jawbone to just widen it, or bring it forward, then it should be supporting the growth of the body at that time. And then maybe when you're 18 and these wisdom teeth come through, or 18 to 21, then they have space. You never know before. Of course, there are cases you know it already. The ship has sailed. You have to take it out. But ideally, obviously, we would teach our parents way in advance how to start everything, actually how to prepare for pregnancy and then breastfeeding, all these things, so that it doesn't happen. Obviously, this will take another 30 years probably.
Sure.
But still, this would be the ideal way, because again, in nature, there's space for wisdom teeth and there's space for all teeth. Nature has it right. So it's just the epigenetics problem again.
Well, it's the same thing that we talked about with Eric Klopper about circumcision. Like, why would the body need to be altered by man when the creator who created the body gave us the body how it is? I understand like type 1 diabetes, like there's things that people are born with that need attention, right? But for the most part, I'm blanket statementing, why would we need to go in and change the body? I mean, where my mind goes, and maybe it's just the world that I'm in, the wisdom teeth being removed seems a bit controversial, because why would you want to rob someone of their wisdom at such an early point in their life?
It's cool that you say it. Yeah, that's why you should ideally, if you need to take them out, wait at least until you're 21, because you're stealing your body from some sort of growth.
Is that when they mature in our
Yeah,
early
then
20s?
it would be usually mature. Sometimes they may be, or oftentimes they may be then impacted, and maybe they don't even are a problem when they're impacted. So my wife, for example, because she had all the kids the last decade, I was never able to take out her impacted wisdom teeth, because you can't do any surgery while breastfeeding or while being pregnant. So she still has them and she's very healthy. Why would I now do a surgery if it doesn't block the body? So even if they didn't grow out, like to be in space, they're still inside. So I still feel that she has her wisdom from them, even though they're inside of the jawbone. Of course, there are patients that need to take them out, but I wouldn't say it's always the best strategy. Sometimes you just leave them in there. Why not?
Right. So I guess what I'm wanting to get at is when would a parent know that it would be beneficial to take out the wisdom teeth? At what point, what would they have to see to know that?
It's hard for a parent to see that. So if you see, basically, if your kid is too narrow and it has spacing issues with the normal teeth already, like the one till the second molar, then usually you wouldn't have space for the third molar, which is the wisdom tooth. That's the sign for it.
Okay.
It could change if you do everything perfectly, but that's usually a sign. And then also later, if you had your wisdom teeth and some of them come through, but only partially, that's also a problem. So if a tooth, for example, this is your last molar, and then the wisdom tooth didn't really make it in line, but it's like partially erupted. That means a little bit sticks out of the gum, but the rest is still underneath it. That is a sign when you should take it out. Why? Because this partial eruption opens up and is kind of like leaky gum, like leaky gut. So it's always opening up for bacteria to jump in there. So then it's another time when you should probably take it out.
Yeah, on the screen, this is so fascinating to me, because literally anyone that could ever demonize biological dentistry or call it pseudoscience, what you're about to see on the screen right now, there's nothing to argue with anymore. On the screen, there is actually a skeletal muscle chart where you can see the teeth coming in from young children. They literally grow down from the skull itself into the jaw, multiple sets of teeth, and everything is connected to the brain, to the nervous system, to the vagal nerve, like everything's all connected. So I think it's so fascinating how anybody could argue with teeth and mouth health being separated from body health in any way, especially if you see literally the children's teeth. It almost looks like crazy. When I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe teeth grow in that way. I just assume, like most people, that teeth just kind of come in. I had no idea that they actually come down in sets from the skull itself. It's built from the bone in our skull that feeds our gums. It's so utterly fascinating. And I wonder how you feel, I think that's why people are disconnected from teeth and from our oral health being a signal of body health. Maybe that's the first time somebody's ever seen that photograph in their entire life.
Yeah. So if you see the anatomy chart of like the trigeminous nerve, for example, too, you will see that it has 3 branches. So this is a cranial nerve, starts in the brainstem, and it goes here and then here and here. And on the end of it, we have teeth. So your teeth are also an extension of your brain, such as your eyes and your nose. It's really tiny organs directly connected to your brainstem. That's why tooth pain is so insane. It's like neuralgia pain directly in your brain. It is hell. So therefore, obviously, we need dentists to help you then. But yes, it's that connected. And the tooth actually starts as tissue. It's tissue in your jawbone, and then it grows out like with the the crown, and then the root elongates while it's growing out. So it's really fascinating to see how that works.
Whoa. If you enjoyed that one you just saw, you will love this one on the screen. Click it and enjoy.